Good morning. In this video, we are going to take you through everything you need to know about the Salla Embedded SDK. By the end of this tutorial, you won't just understand how the Embedded SDK works, you will be an expert at building and integrating it from scratch. I do have considered everything into this one comprehensive guide, from the core concept and the installation to authentication flow and the design guidelines. So let's dive in. Our today's video agenda, we will take a look about the Embedded SDK, what is the Embedded SDK, and how to install this Embedded SDK. Then we will go to the authentication flow. Then we do have a playground to test our knowledge for the SDK on. And finally, the design guidelines that we should follow when we are using an embedded SDK. So first, what is exactly an SDK? It actually stands for Software Development Kit. In a real-life example, imagine you want to build a high-end gaming PC. Usually you would have to manually source the RAM, GPU, and the CPU, ensuring every single part is compatible, then spend hours following the complex manuals for the installation. Now imagine there is a company specialized in PC. Their main focus is to sell a pre-assembled kit where everything is already tested and ready to go. You just need to turn your PC on and it's work. The SDK is exactly like that kit. It's a box of ready-to-use tools that saves you from building the foundational logic from scratch. So how does Salla use the embedded SDK? In a previous, when a merchant used your app, they had to leave the Salla dashboard and go to your website, then interact with your website externally. Now with the embedded SDK, your app lives directly inside the merchant dashboard. It appears as a spot or a window powered by an iframe. Essentially, the iframe is a window that displays your external web page into the current web page, which for us is the Salla web page. So the merchant will even realize they have left the Salla ecosystem because your app actually adopts the same exact design for the Salla DNA. Let me show you a real example for the SDK. One of our partners already used the SDK in his app. His app is integrating the same Salla design guidelines. We can interact with it as we can interact with the Salla functions. The merchant won't even realize that he left actually Salla. You can interact easily with it. It's actually trigger events. So the merchant can interact with your app here. He can use everything he needs in your app here without any need to go to an external website. So what are the benefits of the SDK? Why does Salla use the embedded SDK? It's a seamless experience, so merchants don't have to switch tabs or manage multiple logins through many platforms. Also, it's a brand consistency. Your app looks like a native part of the dashboard. It will be an easy to use for the merchant who used your app. A great feature is the security. The SDK handles the security and performance, ensuring the data that shared between the Salla and your app is secured and transmitted securely. So let's start with the first one, which is installing the SDK. Okay, I'm assuming you already have a project. You can just click open in terminal and that's fine. In our documentation, we have the installation command. You can just copy, go here and paste it. This command actually working on Mac operating system. If you are using Windows, just add a single quotation here and click enter and it will start downloading. Okay, now it's downloaded successfully. If we go into our code, in the package.json file, you can find under the dependencies, there is Salla Embedded SDK package here. So this is it for installing the SDK. The other part is the authentication part, which is an important part. Let me explain the process for the authentication. Okay, for the authentication flow, it's too much easy. You just need first in your file import the package for Salla Embedded SDK. Then you just need to open a connection between your server and Salla. So you will use this command window.salla.embedded.init. This command is one of the listed commands in our documentation, which I will show you later. Okay, this command actually is saying I have opened a connection between this server and Salla. Automatically, when a connection is there, Salla will send a token through the URL and you will just get the token using embedded.auth.get token. Then you just need to verify that token. You can't do anything before verifying the token. So just do the process or any procedure that you are following to verify the token. Then after the token is verified and it's valid to use, call embedded.ready. You can't call embedded.ready until the token verified. Okay? Then this part, the Salla will interact with your server with. So this is all you need to know about the Embedded SDK. It's totally easy. I guess you do know already how to build in apps. This will help you to implement or put your server in iframe in Salla dashboard, which actually helps the merchant to trust your app. Okay, this is the main part. The second or the third part is see how to test your knowledge on a playground. We already have a sample project, a playground project. It's about an event triggers. So you just click on an event and it will trigger an event based on that trigger. So let's start download this playground. Just go here under the playground, then click here Fork Embedded Playground. Okay, this is the playground sample project. Click on copy, go to your preferred directory through the terminal, then just type git clone and paste that URL. So now it's cloning and we do have this project. Okay, this is the project. It's easy. You just need to install the dependencies through the terminal. Just navigate to the directory for the project, then type npm install and it will install all the dependencies for this project. And the Salla Embedded SDK is one of those dependencies. Okay, now it's installed. Just go to the package.json to check. As you can see here, it's installed. All the packages, all the required packages are installed. So now you just need to run this project. Through the README, you can see all the commands that you need to do. This command will work if you are using a Linux operating system. So since I am Windows right now, I will use the npm. I will type npm npx vite and click enter. Now it's already hosting under the server 5173. You can't paste or use this link through the Salla partners because it's a local host. So you just need to deploy this project into your server, then just paste it there. If you don't have any server yet, you can test it through a dummy server. So I will use ngrok. You need to install the ngrok or any other dummy servers. Let me run the ngrok. It's actually under the port 5173. So let's run it under 5173. Okay, so now this is our dummy server. Just go there and copy the server. This is my app. Just create an app. If you don't have any app yet, then scroll down until you find the embedded page. Click on create new page or create embedded page. then paste the server URL, the actual server URL for your server. As I told you, this is a dummy server. You can use the dummy server just for a test. You can deploy it on Salla, or you can't publish the app with dummy servers. Okay, then add a route for this embedded page. I will call it trigger. Then just click add. Now we have an embedded page under the trigger. So to test this, go here under the demo stores, then click install app. If you don't have any demo store, just go there under the stores, demo stores, and create a new one. Okay, our app has been installed. Click on use app. This section will show our embedded app, which is actually this one. So this is the embedded app. This is a test or a playground for the embedded app. Okay, as I told you, these are event triggers. There is too many types for the events. Authentication, navigations, and extra events. Also the toast notifications. So if I click maybe on ready, then it sends a signal ready. You can also click on maybe the notification, success, succeeded message, error, an error message shown, info, warning, and etc. All the event triggers here are actually listed in our documentation. Maybe here, the navigation, the navbar actions, UI to notifications, and etc. Let me show you an example. So let's just copy this one and see how it works. Under the playground, add it here. Since this is an internal code, just type here window.salla. And it will work. We don't need to change the string for now. Click on run, and it's actually triggered this event. So this is it for the SDK. As I told you, all the events are listed here. You can check them. If there is any updates, it will be here. This app, it's looked like it's actually from Salla. He's following the brand guidelines, everything look great. The merchant feels like he is interacting with Salla. He will feel the same user experience as Salla. So he doesn't need to navigate to your website and interact with other or learn how does your website work and interact there. So it's actually helping the merchant a lot and actually helping your app a lot by build a trust with the merchant. Okay, let me just add something. Let me add a discount. Discount. As you can see, an event trigger succeeded message triggered. Maybe I can interact with everything, anything. So yeah, this is everything you need to know about the embedded SDK. So now we know everything about the SDK, how to use the SDK, and how to interact with the SDK. To use the SDK through your app, you need to follow the Salla brand design guidelines. An important part that your app must look and feel like Salla. If you haven't followed these brand guidelines, automatically your app will be rejected. In our documentation under the app design guidelines, if you go there under the visual identity, click on Salla brand guidelines. This file has everything you need to know about the brand guidelines. You can check it and use Salla brand colors in the specified typography. You will find them here in the documentation under the brand guidelines. Also use the huge icon to match the native dashboard aesthetic. Also, you can find them in the documentation under the app design guidelines. Here, huge icons, and you can choose the icons that you want. Make sure you are using the SDK methods. The SDK methods handle validation and error states. It's provide a clean API that hides the complexity of the underlying communication protocol. So make sure you are using the SDK method like toast.succeeded when you need to pop up a succeeded function, or you need to pop up a succeeded information. For the layout, we need the user or the merchant act like he is using a one page, not multiple pages. Okay, don't include your own site navigation, top headers, or breadcrumbs. Use the embedded page title, and Salla will handle the UI for the title. Of course, use the full width for the iframe. Your content should expand to fill the provided iframe container. And finally, you need to take care about the theme modes, the light mode and the dark mode. Your app must support both light and dark modes. You can handle that by listening to embedded on theme change. Just listen to the change and update your UI immediately based on this function. So the brand guidelines may get an update. Keep an eye on the documentation to be aware of any upcoming updates for the brand guidelines, or any update about the events, a new event, updated event, and etc. So please keep an eye on the documentation to see if there is any updates. And that's it. You now have a full overview understanding what the embedded SDK is, starting from the installing, the authentication flow, the design brand guidelines, and all these processes. Don't forget to play with the playground to test your knowledge on. So now it's your turn to start building your own. Don't forget to check our resources in the description. So that's it for this video. Thank you and see you in next.